Welcome back to another explainer, where we take the latest research and turn it into practical, visual takeaways you can actually use. Today, we're diving into something that fits right into your daily routine. We're talking about one of the most popular and honestly highly debated brain foods out there, the walnut. From busy students cramming for exams to fitness enthusiasts all over, walnuts have basically become a pantry staple. But we're here to figure out what the science actually says. Are they really the ultimate superfood for brain health? We're going to break down the exact nutrients inside, see how they affect your body and brain, and figure out exactly how much you should be eating. Let's dive right in. Now, it's the ultimate front page hook, isn't it? For generations, we've linked the walnut to human intelligence simply because of its completely unique, super wrinkled shape. I mean, it looks exactly like a tiny human brain. But you kind of have to wonder, is this just a fun visual coincidence, or is it nature's actual blueprint? Is that famous shape a literal biological clue pointing us toward its cognitive power? Well, today we are definitely not relying on old folklore. We're diving straight into the hard nutritional science to see if the walnut actually lives up to its brainy reputation.
Section 1. The anatomy of a superfood.
Okay, let's start with polyphenols. These are incredibly strong antioxidants. They basically swoop in to enhance your other vitamins and enzymes, actively protecting your cells from the oxidative stress caused by free radicals. And here's a massive bonus. According to a March 2023 study in the journal Nutrients, walnuts have the highest total polyphenols by weight of literally all tree nuts. But here is the absolute most crucial thing to remember. Where do these polyphenols live? They are heavily concentrated right in that thin, papery skin surrounding the nut. So whatever you do, never try to peel or rub off that papery skin. Even if it tastes a little bitter, if you toss the skin, you're literally throwing away the absolute best part.
But if we're talking about the walnut's true dietary superpower, it all comes down to omega-3 fatty acids. Walnuts blow every other nut out of the water when it comes to omega-3s. And because these are essential fats, our bodies simply can't make them on their own. We absolutely have to get them from our food. To put this density into perspective, just a 1/4 cup serving of English walnuts gives you an astonishing 133% of your daily recommended omega-3s. Boom. That one stat alone tells you why this nut is a top-tier superfood. These fats are absolutely fundamental for shutting down inflammation and keeping your heart and your brain running smoothly.
Let's compare this to how most of us actually eat. The standard Western diet is notoriously out of whack. We get way too many omega-6 fats and barely any omega-3s. And that specific imbalance is like a welcome mat for chronic diseases. But when you introduce walnuts, they act like the ultimate dietary band-aid. By packing a whopping 2.5 grams of omega-3s into just a single 1-ounce serving, walnuts can practically single-handedly correct that dangerous fat imbalance. They help pull your body back into a healthy, low inflammation state.
Moving right along to Section 2, full body benefits and the gut transformation. The relationship between our food and our gut microbiome is wild. And with walnuts, it's a brilliant 3-step process. Step 1, you eat the walnuts, soaking up those polyphenols from the skin. Step 2, specialized microbes in your gut grab those compounds and get to work processing them. And Step 3 is where the magic happens. Those gut microbes actually transform the polyphenols into a totally brand new compound called urolithins. Why do we care about urolithins? Because they pack profound anti-inflammatory benefits right there in your gut. In fact, research suggests this might help protect against colorectal cancer and potentially even hormone-related cancers like breast and prostate cancer. It is an amazing biological chain reaction.
So what's the magic dose to trigger these cancer-protecting benefits? Well, while the standard everyday recommendation is just 1 ounce, clinical studies focusing specifically on cancer risk reduction tell a slightly different story. For folks looking to proactively reduce their risk of breast and prostate cancers, researchers saw significant benefits when people bumped their intake up to 3 ounces of walnuts a day. Now look, 3 ounces is definitely more than the usual serving, so you still got to keep an eye on overall calories. Don't go eating the whole bag in one sitting, but it really proves how targeted nutrition can directly impact serious health outcomes. But hey, what if you're just having a tiny amount? The efficiency of walnuts for your cardiovascular system is honestly stunning. Research has found that people who ate as few as 4 walnuts a day, literally just 4 individual walnuts, showed improved heart health biomarkers. Think about that for a second. The crazy strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties positively impact your blood pressure, your cholesterol, and even how flexible your blood vessel walls are. It proves you don't need some massive, restrictive diet overhaul to start seeing real, measurable benefits inside your body. Which brings us to a massive issue in modern health, metabolic syndrome. This is basically a dangerous cluster of conditions happening all at once. High blood pressure, high blood sugar, extra belly fat, and abnormal cholesterol. According to recent research, eating just 1 to 1.5 ounces of walnuts a day for 2 to 3 months actively combats this. It lowers your bad LDL cholesterol and your triglycerides, while boosting your good HDL cholesterol. But here's the craziest, most surprising takeaway from these studies. People got all these benefits and lost belly fat without any overall weight gain. People are so scared that adding nuts will make them gain weight, but here, it literally helped fix their metabolic engine.
Section 3, the brain science realized. Let's head back to the brain.
A 2016 study in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences found something pretty incredible. When researchers tested walnut compounds on mice with Parkinson's disease, they saw that the compounds actively suppress the development of free radicals right in the brain, and that led to significantly improved physical movements in those impaired mice. The researchers straight up concluded that walnuts have real neuroprotective effects, and it keeps going. Another study from January 2019 linked eating walnuts to better memory, faster learning, and even reduced anxiety-related behaviors in mice. Now sure, we definitely need more human trials to map out these exact pathways in people, but the fact that walnuts actively reduce oxidative stress in brain tissue absolutely secures their title as a true brain food.
Section 4, busting fat myths. We really need to clear the air on this one.
For decades, we were all fed this massive myth that all fats are bad, and that eating high-fat foods just automatically makes you gain weight. That is completely, absolutely false. The reality is that no single whole food automatically causes weight gain. Your weight is about your overall habits, your movement, the whole shebang. The natural, unsaturated fats you find in walnuts, especially when combined with their plant-based protein and fiber, actually do the exact opposite of what people are so afraid of. They give you a slow, steady release of energy, and they promote deep satiety. Simply put, they keep you full. And by keeping you satisfied, a small handful of walnuts acts as a shield, stopping you from reaching for those highly processed, sugary snacks a few hours later.
Section 5, your daily walnut routine. Let's make this actionable.
So what is the magic number you need to remember for just general, everyday wellness? Exactly 1 ounce. Unless you're following a very specific protocol to reduce cancer risks, like we talked about earlier, 1 ounce is the undisputed daily portion recommended by nutrition experts. It's the perfect sweet spot. It gives you an adequate hit of essential omega-3s, polyphenols, and healthy fats without overloading your system with extra calories or upsetting your stomach. Because, hey, moderation still matters, even when we're talking about superfoods. But let's be real, what exactly does 1 ounce look like? I want to give you a quick visual cue so you instantly remember it next time you're in the kitchen or at the store. 1 ounce is basically one small handful. If you're the type to count them out, you're looking at about 7 whole walnuts, shells and all, or roughly 10 to 14 walnut halves. It really isn't a huge amount, right? It's totally manageable, which makes it super easy to just slide into whatever meals you're already eating today. And speaking of meals, let's do a rapid-fire list of incredibly easy ways to get these into your diet. You don't need a complicated diet plan to be healthy. Just toss a handful of halves right into your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Don't love the crunchy texture? No problem. Just blend them raw straight into your breakfast smoothie. For lunch, throw them onto your salads or a quinoa bowl. And for snacks or dessert, bake them into banana muffins. Or my personal favorite, eat them raw alongside a square of dark chocolate. The only real rule here is to choose raw or unsalted varieties instead of the heavily roasted salted ones. That way you're getting pure, unadulterated nutrition. Which brings us to our final thought for today. What is your next snack choice going to be? We've seen that the walnut's brain-like shape isn't just some crazy coincidence. It's backed by rock-solid science. From protecting your cells against oxidative stress, to balancing your metabolism, and actually supporting how your brain functions. Healthy living doesn't mean extreme dieting. It's all about consistent habits and just making smarter, simple swaps every day. So here's my challenge to you. Swap out whatever processed snack you were going to have later today and grab a single ounce of walnuts instead. Your heart, your gut, and your brain will definitely thank you. If you found this explainer helpful, make sure to follow along and share it with someone who loves practical wellness tips. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time as we decode more fascinating topics.